Welcome to the Cryptosphere. This is Cryptogenic coming at you. Today is Friday, March 5th, and I have spent an enormous amount of time looking at this chart. It's almost dangerous when you've been looking at a chart for too long. What I began to realize is that I find myself looking for ways to make the chart say something different than it is saying. And I began to realize why. Some impatience has crept in and some fear. And the reason impatience and fear has crept in on me is because I gave all of you hodlers all of these targets, and a part of me wants to let you know one way or another, are we going to hit these targets or not? And so I've been looking at this chart every which way to try to ascertain which way is this thing going. And finally, I just realized that in actuality, the reality is plain as day. And the reality is that we have broken bearish out of an ascending broadening wedge. The 7 has broken down beneath the 77. The MACDs are bearish. They have not broken out bullish again. We still have some RSI that's in this upward, has some upward momentum to it. It broke down beneath it but broke back in. But we have not invalidated this ascending broadening wedge. And what I realize is that the most difficult thing in this game is patience. Patience to give this thing time to work itself out. But then I began to look at a couple of other charts and I saw something that's somewhat concerning. I'd seen this before, but it didn't actually register until now what I actually am seeing. So first of all, let's look at this chart. This is the crypto total market cap. 1 week chart. What does this look like to you? Strong, right? Bullish. This is a bullish chart. On the 1 week, we're strong, which means that in the mid to long term, we're bullish. This is still a bull market, okay? So don't be freaked out by what I'm about to say. But what do you see when you look at this chart? This is the 4-hour chart. You know what I see? I see an ascending broadening wedge. And this is the crazy part. We have not broken down out of it yet. Which means, if this is correct, if I'm looking at this correct, we actually haven't experienced the correction yet. That this little breakdown out of here, that wasn't it. What I'm seeing here is we've been hugging this line. We haven't actually broken it. And if I'm seeing this correctly, at some point we're going to break down out of this line, beneath this line, and drop about another 19%. And if we drop up here somewhere, it's going to look something like this. If we look at the total market cap, including Bitcoin, this is the total crypto total market cap excluding Bitcoin. This is the total market cap including Bitcoin. And once again, we're in ascending broadening wedge, which we have not broken down out of yet. And if we break down out of it somewhere over here, 1872, we're going back down to about 1.1 trillion. Now, let me just say that I hope I'm wrong about this. You know, I'm tired of this correction as much as you are. I hope I'm wrong about this. However, Bitcoin's broken down bearish out of its ascending broadening wedge, and there are still indicators that say we have further down to go. And it could be that the same is true of the entire altcoin market, that we've got about another 20% drop as a whole. So if that's the case, if Bitcoin were to drop 20% from its current place, where would that put us? 19%, let's say. Look where that puts us. Right there. Now, if you're a hodler, I gave you all these targets, right? Gave you all these targets, all these bearish targets for all these coins. And we haven't visited those targets yet, have we? But let's say XRP drops down 19%. Where does that put it? Puts it at about 37 cents. How about NEO? What happens if we drop 19%? Puts us right down there, about 30 bucks. I had 31 as a target. Now, the fact that the total market cap can potentially drop 19% does not mean that every single coin is going to drop potentially 19%. I mean, coins are going to do different stuff. Like we already talked about T-Fuel, how it's just not caring about what's going on in this market. It's just doing its own thing. It keeps pressing for higher heights. I'm really proud of T-Fuel, really thankful. It looks like some bearishness is even hitting T-Fuel, and we might drop down out of here. If so, a measured move out of this would take us at least down to 9.5 cents, basically. Who knows? BCH, if BCH were to drop 19%, where does that take us? Right down to the $400 mark. Now, am I saying that these are targets? What I'm saying is that these levels are potential. These levels are possibility. But am I guaranteeing that we're going down there? No. I'm simply saying that if we look at these indicators, the indicators tell us, the story that the indicators are telling me is that this correction is not over, that we have further down to go, that it's taking longer than we expected, but we have further down to go. That's what the indicators are telling me. Now, can I be reading the indicators wrong? Yes. Can these assets actually do something different than the indicators are doing? Yes. But my responsibility is simply to read the indicators as best I can and tell you what they say. And I'm desperately, honestly, I found myself desperately looking for bullish signals. Because what I want to tell all of my hodlers is, you know what, just spend your money now and just buy. Stop waiting. And matter of fact, I started making a video earlier today in which I was just trying to say, you know what, stop waiting. You've already got, 20-30% discounts on all the altcoins. What are you waiting for? But I just couldn't make that video because I cannot in good conscience say that that's what I see. However, I'm afraid of telling you to wait and then the market turns around and moves in a different direction. So, what guidance would I give you? Well, first thing I would say is that I'm not a financial advisor and I don't give financial advice. But what I can do is tell you what I'm going to do. And what I'm going to do is wait. I got my buy orders waiting down here. I think I got a $168 buy order waiting for Dash. I've got a $31 buy order and a $27 buy order waiting for NEO. Right? I think my buy order for Tron is 3.9 cents. These first level buy orders that I gave you in my last video, if you're a hodler, that's where my buy orders are still. The top level buy orders. That's where my buy orders still are on all of them. I haven't changed them. Theta, T-Fuel, I don't have buy orders on those anyway because they're outside of my trading range. Same thing with ADA. I'm just going to stick with my plan. And if the market turns around and those buy orders don't go through, that's cool. I'm totally fine with that. And so for you, if you would not be fine with that, then I would suggest you dollar cost average in. I'm fine missing it. If I miss it, I'll buy in later. Will I lose some profit? Sure. But, you know, I find in the crypto game, you got to have a plan and then you got to just stick with your plan. And it always takes longer to get there than you anticipated. That's where patience comes into the game. So, I say all that to say, basically nothing has changed. We're still at the same place we were yesterday when I made my 2 videos. Nothing's changed. But keep the long-term perspective in your mind so you don't freak out. We're bullish. It's just, for a moment, we're bearish. And this is a good thing. This temporary bearishness, it simply adds to the long-term bullishness. I mean, this market, we're trying to break above this line. And once we break above, I think once altcoin season hits, we're going to break above this line. We're headed to $2.8 trillion in the short term, like just in a few weeks. I mean, this is crazy, man. This is nuts. That means the market is going to basically double from where it is right now almost. That's nuts in just a few weeks. So this is monumental, guys. I mean, this moment we're sitting on right here, it's going to be awesome. We just got to get through this temporary bearishness. Just let it break down. Let it hit the level that it needs to go to. Let it go down as far as it needs to go. And then let it turn around. All right. Last word I'll say. A number of people have been asking me, what do I suggest? People are looking at my memberships here on YouTube and my memberships on my Patreon. Here's my suggestion. If you're just an investor, you just want to buy, hold, and forget it, I suggest you join the hodler level here on YouTube. $9.99 a month. And I give you regular videos in which I cover every asset in the cryptogenic portfolio, and I give you levels where I am buying. I'll also give you my exit strategy. I'll let you know if I'm selling, what I'm rolling into what my targets are, where I'm going to take profit from what, and what I'm going to do with that profit. I'm going to tell you all of it. Okay? I will keep you up to date. And so if you are simply an investor who wants to buy and hold, that's the level for you, the hodler level right here on YouTube. If you are a trader and you are interested in my midterm trading strategy, the kind of trading that I call position trading, where we are seeking to build a leveraged position and add to that margin, add to that leverage as it goes up to make exponential profits in this market as a trader, I would first suggest you check out my Patreon Gold level. That's the best place. There is also a Slack group for traders. And if you are a trader either on my YouTube channel here, the trader level of my YouTube channel here is exactly the same as the gold level of my Patreon. You can just simply look at both of those and see which one makes more sense for you, which is the easier or more convenient for you. You can join one of those 2 levels. And then you can join the Slack group from both of those levels so that I can communicate to all of you very quickly. But what I give you at that level is all of my trade alerts. Whenever I take profit, whenever I add a trade, whenever I end a trade, whenever I add leverage, I just tell you everything I do. I show you my platform, help you set up yours, and we trade together. So just thought I would drop that. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. I will do my best to answer your questions in a timely manner and to get to all of you. I appreciate all of you. Please like and subscribe to this channel. Hit that little button so that you get notified whenever I make a new video. And I pray that you sleep in peace every night, that you wake in joy every morning, that you walk in love every day. This is Cryptogenic signing out.